Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Laithwaite Community Stadium as this spectacular National League season advances into Wokin's 40th game of the campaign. It's another mammoth, mouth-watering clash between two sides who have been lurking in the playoffs all campaign, looking to achieve the best possible finish in just over a month's time. 10 days ago, we had third beat fourth. The visit of Barnet tonight gives us the offering of third against fifth on yet a further old-fashioned six-pointer. The race for the coveted third place behind the two runaway leaders continues to provide more theatre and drama, with Woking stealing all 3 points at bottom side Maidstone on Saturday inside the dying seconds. Chesterfield had no problems with an easy victory of Halifax, whilst tonight's visitors have never been too far adrift of the pair and came through 2-0 winners against respective rivals Wilston 72 hours ago. Two of the star performers in this pulsating season, the Cards currently above the Spirelites courtesy of a single goal, who aren't in action tonight, whilst the Bees are a further 5 points back with a game in hand, more crucially 11 points clear of 8th place. The Woking team in full, 3 changes from Saturday. In comes Craig Ross to finally make his 200th start for the club. A back four of Dan Moss, Josh Casey as wing-backs, or full-backs rather. A new defensive pairing of Joe McNerney and Billy Sass-Davis. The two central midfielders, Jim Kellerman and Rowan Ince. Charlie Wakefield makes his full debut for the club on the left-hand side. Corey Lofthouse over on the right. Patrick Hammond with the 2 goals on Saturday, with Reece Brown the front pair. For Barnet, 3 changes after the 2-0 victory at Wilston. In come Emmanuel Fernandez, Daddy Collins and Ben Winter. Dropping out Daniel Powell and Dominic Reeven to the bench. Finlay Potter misses tonight completely. And just before tonight's game, we will pause for a few moments to reflect on the lives of a few fans and volunteers that the club have lost in recent weeks. We'll be back in just a moment.
Ian Cook, David Gordon, Mick Gowan and Ron Rector. May they rest in peace.
Three changes for Woking, 3 changes for Barnet. And we're all set. What is a breathtaking clash between two teams who will more than likely be in the top 7 on an evening where we celebrate a year of Darren Sarr. What a job he's done here at Woking Football Club. Celebrated 50 games in charge on Saturday, 1 whole year in charge exactly today, a 50% win record. 50 games, 25 victories, 9 draws and 16 losses. Woking against Barnet on their penultimate Tuesday night. Of course, the Halifax Town fixture from Saturday moved to the 25th of April. We're underway here at the Laithwaite Community Stadium. Woking against Barnet. Woking in their traditional red and white shirts, their black and gold shorts and their white and gold socks. Barnet in a change of purple shirts, white shorts and purple socks. The referee tonight is Mr. Daniel Middleton. More about him in just a moment or two. Assistants Daniel Smith and Jamie Pope. The 4th official is Thomas Holden. Woking shooting from left to right as we look in the first half. That's right to left if on the stream or indeed the highlights. And Barnet playing from right to left as we look in the commentary box. Left to right if on TV pictures. Hacked away by Gorman. Kabamba up against his former club tonight, of course. Onside here, stretching is Sass-Davis, but Kabamba, flag stays down, needs a bit of support in a purple shirt. He's surrounded by both Moss and Sass-Davis. Kabamba playing with all sorts of confidence at the moment. 19 goals so far this season. Only 3 players have more. That's a Barnet throw. Delighted to say that Ian Nicholson has made the journey here tonight to sit alongside us. Ian, you were there on Saturday. Last minute winner.
It was nervy, and it was certainly wasn't like sort of playing a bottom club, and Woking were, really, they got one out of the bag, really. They really rescued themselves.
Long throw from Cropper. There's no purple shirt in sight. Ince doesn't take the chance. Of course, Craig Ross behind him. 200 starts for Woking. Has been waiting a few weeks for that, with Will Yaskalainen debutising, but he's amongst the substitutes here today. Header off Sass Davis will gift Barnet the first corner of the evening. Craig Ross back between the sticks, and what a servant he's been for the club over the years.
Yeah, it's a little bit surprising, if I'm honest. I think Yaskalainen done fairly well, and but there's not much to. They're different.
Two number ones.
Yeah, two number ones, and Ross is very solid, very dependable, very experienced. Yaskalainen very agile, hungry, developing, and the manager's gone with Craig Ross for this evening.
Every outfield player inside the Woking half, defending the KRE. One hand in the air, but they go short to Kanu. Kanu working it onto his right, low shot, was pretty tame. Falls in the end though to Pritchard, dealt with by Dan Moss, I think it was.
Yeah, well covered there by Moss. I think Ross was behind him, would have saved it as well. But another corner. Idris Kanu, ex-Aldershot, of course, and done, an exciting player, and he's seems to have established now himself at this level.
Yeah, moved up to Peterborough, didn't he? After a good spell at Boreham Wood. Didn't really quite work out with Posh. Corner again is very central, headed away by Kellerman. Danger's not over though, because Ammon left it. Ince rising. And again, eventually rather, it's driven straight into the hands of Craig Ross by Ryan de Havilland.
Good first minute or so really from poor distribution there from Ross, but good first minute or so really from Barnet. Couple of good attacks, and they've had the bulk of the possession, but obviously we're only 2 or 3 minutes in.
Barnet throw. Just looking at the Barnet formation, I had it down as a 5-3-2. Looks as though it's more of a 5-4-1 than anything. Of course, Kanu and Pritchard supporting Nicky Kabamba when they can. The ball is right over on the far side at the moment. It's been all Barnet in the opening
another
3
long
minutes.
throw. I don't know. It's
Barnet certainly up for this. Move back is the cry from Darren Sowell. Will reflect on his first year in charge when we get time and space to do so. It's an almighty throw, but straight into the hands. It's like an arrow, wasn't it?
It was a great long throw, and then
really good.
It goes Lofthouse up against.
Lofthouse turning in on Cropper.
That was unfortunate.
That was unfortunate.
Huge throw from halfway in his own half, and really it was poorly directed because Ross was just able to catch it, but it just shows you what a threat that long throw will be.
Kanu's pulled up to this left. Looks as though Gorman, de Havilland and Pritchard in midfield. Yeah, it does look like a 5-4-1. We shall find out. Sass Davis back to Ross. Working yet to really settle here. They've yet to brought the ball down. It's all Barnet at the moment. Up goes Moss with the header. Straight to Karen Lofthouse. Brings it down with his chest. Has support with Josh Casey. Recently signed a new contract extension with the club. Ammond onside, says the linesman. Just behind Wakefield, but he maintains Woking pressure. Moss on the overlap, but Wakefield wants to go himself. Around Kanu. Wakefield still going low cross. A rebound off a Barnet defender. And last touch actually came off Moss. Barnet throw again. But it's better from Woking, Ian.
Much better. Good ball in there to Ammond, who played it out to Wakefield. Took on his man. Well defended, but could easily have gone out for a corner, but just the other side of the post and corner post, and Barnet's ball.
Wakefield with the header. Of course, Charlie Wakefield knowing his manager all too well after their stint together at Yeovil. Moss stabbing it down the line to Brown. Won't keep it the right side of the line. Okimo will go and grab one of the loose balls on the side of the pitch. So Darren Sowell, Ian, first talking point, I guess. what a year it's been for him and indeed the club.
Yeah, he's done really, really well. And, you know, from the moment he came in, I mean, firstly, I think firstly Alan Dowson and then Ian Dyer, who did really well once Alan Dowson left. And then really, you know, Sal came in and he had quite a lovely few weeks just to assess the current players and decide who he wanted to keep and who he wanted to bring in. And he's recruited really, really well. And for Woking to find themselves in third, you know, and really battling for a good playoff spot is really creditable. He's done fantastically.
Yeah, he has. 25 wins in 50 games, looking for victory tonight to celebrate it all and push Woking up to 74 points. Long ball forward, which Casey's underneath. Ince. His clearance is just beyond Brown, but he'll go and pick it up.
Oh.
Barnet throw.
Still good possession for Barnet. They've had the bulk of the possession in the first 6 or 7 minutes. Woking have had one attack, which looked promising, but it's hard to tell at the moment how this game's going to settle down.
Barnet player with hands to their knees. I think it's Jordan Cropper. It is. And he's just limping away there. I think he's the artist of the long throw. He's right over on that far side.
Didn't see any foul or anything.
No,
and the referee hasn't blown up for a foul, but he does seem to be limping a little bit.
Long throw from Cropper. Look at that. Goodness me. Real arch on the throw and hacked away by McNerney. Ammond's chasing, but there's no red and white shirt in sight. He's all on his own here. Ammon, nice turn. Down the line looking for Wakefield. Cut out though stylishly by Collinge, who was just caught by Kellerman. Barnet free kick. As I said tonight, Daniel Middleton, the referee, has awarded the most red cards in the season with 6. Funnily enough, 3 in the same game, which was the 3-2 win for Barnet against Boreham Wood. He sent off both Nicky Kabamba and, do you remember Bruno Andrade?
Oh, very well,
now
yeah.
With Boreham Wood, of course.
Yeah. He's just gone out on loan somewhere in National League South, I think he's in at the moment. Andrade.
Ebbsfleet, I think.
Maybe.
Tell you what, we'll look that up in a second instead of guessing. Such that up in a moment. Clearance by the goalkeeper, Laurie Walker, another full Aldershot player on the pitch. Featured there last year 10 times. It's been mostly a number 2 in his career, but has started every game so far this season for Barnet. Casey, nearly not taking any chances, driving it up in the air. Actually comes down to Fernandez. And the cry of time from Darren Saul means Woking have a throw. 0-0. We played just shy of 10 minutes.
Yeah, Darren Saul writing something on the back of his hand there. One of these days in my post-match interviews, I'll ask him what he's writing down, but he's
not yet.
Could be the shopping list. Who knows?
Kellerman, long searching ball to Ammond, who's on the chase here. Collins just gone over to challenge and will get there first. Ammond will not give this up. He's kept at the right side of the line, but Collins just brought it away. Clearance. McNerney again with time. Has time for the touch. Looking for Ammond. Kabamba can't bring it under control. Here's Sass Davis. Going to start again this evening. One of 3 changes coming into the game. Darren Saul has so many central defenders to choose between now. Of course, the 2 on the pitch, Sass Davis, McNerney, Wilkinson, Cuthbert. Of course, the recent signing of Casper Wopata, 21-year-old, joined between now and the end of the season. She played against Woking twice already this season for Southend. Kanu. Looked as though he kept it in play, but the linesman had other ideas.
Now, I've been doing a lot of work on this, and it's Casper Wopata.
Wopata, exactly.
Wopata.
The W is crucial. That just tells me that already twice this season I've called his name wrong. Throw from Moss, 0-0. Barnet have had most of the ball and only really the game's one opportunity. Sass Davis onside is Kabamba, sliding in is McNerney. What a challenge. and stylishly brought away as well. Flicked on by Hammond. McNerney had to get that right. I think every Woking fan behind the goal probably held their breath when he went to ground. What a good tackle on Kabamba, who got the wrong side of Sass Davis. Here they are again, Kabamba and McNerney. Kabamba bringing McNerney to ground, and Woking win the free kick. Ian Nicholson.
Yeah, brilliant work there by Joe McNerney. It was gets a pat on the back and on the head there from Josh Casey. Kabamba had got free, was just pulling to fire the trigger, and Joe McNerney came sliding in, perfectly timed, and got the second ball as well. So good points there for Joe McNerney. One up for Joe McNerney.
Yeah, cracking challenge.
I'm sure will be a key duel tonight.
Keeps the scoreline at 0-0, definitely. It's been Barnet who have been on top so far in the opening quarter of an hour. Long ball from Ross. Hammond, he's probably seen most of the ball in a Woking shirt. Ince puts it out of play.
Woking really living off scraps a little bit at the moment.
Moss pulling down Kanu for a free kick.
And that was another long throw. It seems they got two long throws from either side there, Barnet.
Woking dropping back here. Cropper staying back. De Havilland sneaking round the back. Okimo sneaking in. So Woking need to be on their guard here. It's Dale Gorman, the Barnet captain, who has the responsibility of this free kick. Darren Sile, Ian Dyer shouting out instructions to their 11 players. Gorman. It's an excellent ball into the box. Needs a touch. Does get one. Saved by Ross. And missed at the back post by Emmanuel Fernandez. What a save from Ross, but really what a miss from Fernandez.
Yes, it was. Now, it might have been going wide, but on the other hand, I think Barnet had got a yard on the Woking defence, and they were coming in fast, so probably needed to be saved. And then it's hard to tell from here whether it hit the post or whether it actually came off Ross, or whether it was a double save.
It's Barnet in the ascendancy, but the scoreline remains goalless. Every player back for Woking bar Hammond. Long throw, central, up rises McNerney, towering header above everybody else. Lofthouse, was he pushed by de Havilland? Players allowed to resume. Flicked out to the right by Cropper. Winter, back to Cropper, low ball, finds Kabamba on the turn, edge of the box, wonderful goal! Stunning goal from Barnet, and the scorer, Harry Pritchard.
Beautiful goal, really well worked. Really well worked goal, and somewhere in the mix there, Jim Kellerman picked up a yellow card, but it's it was 2 or 3 balls laid off, and then Pritchard just outside the box picked his spot and put it away really well. And it's going to be a challenging start now for Woking. They're challenging for the rest of the game now. They've really got to dig deep again, come from behind again if they want to get anything out of this game.
Beautifully laid off by Nicky Kabamba, and Harry Pritchard on the edge of the box, curling one past Craig Ross for his 12th goal of the season. Been a revelation since he signed from Eastleigh in the summer. Didn't quite work out for him in the Football League with Blackpool, but boy oh boy, what a season he's enjoying under Dean Brennan. And it gives Barnet a deserved lead here at the Laithwaite. The visitors very much on top. They've got a goal for their efforts as well. Yeah,
you have to say on the basis of the first 15 minutes, which are always quite tight, Barnet have had the bulk of the possession. Not many chances. One great tackle from McNerney, but that was a really well taken goal from Pritchard.
And the Barnet fans cry the name of Harry Pritchard, who turns 30 years of age in under a month's time. Enjoying the best football of his career as well. Header from Ince. Hammond, lovely touch onto Wakefield, who's trying to burst the wrong side of Kanu. He's got plenty of pace as well. And hooked away by Walker. Sass Davis getting the better of Kabamba. Kellerman, who, as Ian rightly says, picking up a yellow card in frustration. Brown prevents the goal kick, and indeed the throw. Still Reece Brown. Ball towards the back post, over the head of Winter. Got a flick on its way, and here's Kyron Lofthouse up against Ben Winter. Lofthouse cutting back to his right, just overran it slightly, and Gorman could clear Barnet lines. Maybe it might do the world of good for Woking, really, to wake them up a little bit.
Yeah, they have to take the chains off now and just go for it a lot more than they have been.
Change of tactics perhaps for Darren Searle. Already Solomon Wabuke and Marcus Dacker's warming up. They're yet to really get the ball down and just play with it. It's been all Barnet. It's been one-way traffic, and they've got their goal.
It has, yes. And they've, I know it's only 15, 16 minutes, but long throws from either side, good into passing, good movement, good energy. They've looked impressive in this first section of the game.
Craig Ross, first time clearance with his left foot. Underneath it is Fernandez, who missed that chance just before the goal. Casey's sliced effort is out for another Barnet throw-in. It's almost that you want to prevent throw-ins as much as corners with Barnet in town. Making the trip from North London. And they've had such an excellent season so far, haven't they? Back in the playoff picture. Last time they were in the top 7 was back in the 1920 season, the COVID season. Relegation from League 2 back in 2018. Looking to return to that division for the first time in 5 years. They're currently 5th, but they might be moving higher. No Chesterfield tonight. 3rd against 5th. Another rifle of a throw. And Brown just overstretching. And Gorman nips it off him. Cropper, curling effort looking for Kabamba. And Ince just doesn't take any chances. Header was crucial from Okimo. Touch from Kanu takes it away from Wakefield. And he has time to turn. Kanu, from left to right, straight down the middle to Kabamba. Offloaded in the air to De Havilland. De Havilland caught Lofthouse, and we can get the free kick.
Yeah, a little bit better from Woking, defending with shape, but certainly as we were just saying, this first spell of the game, excellent movement from Barnet. And Kanu seems to be playing as a left back really in the I would imagine he would have been playing up front, but he is more of a left back today.
Hammond, Brown just too strong for him. Good challenge though from Pritchard. Wakefield. And Pritchard's there again, but stolen off him by Wakefield. Charlie Wakefield now searching ball, looking for Lofthouse, cleared by Winter. Kanu prevents the throw, but completely miskicks it. And Woking have a chance now to put some pressure on the Barnet back 4 or 5.
A little bit better from Woking there. Charlie Wakefield battling away to get hold of the ball and trying to put Lofthouse in, but it was well cut out, but sliced away by the Barnet defence.
Look at this Barnet back line. It's almost like a line of 6 at times, as you say, with Idris Kanu tucking back in to a left wing, left back kind of position. It's a different system that Dean Brennan has employed, but clearly a working one. Canavan losing out to Pritchard. Of course, we'll keep you up to date with the other scores in the National League throughout the evening. Nearly a full card of action. It's the league's top club not involved, neither Chesterfield, Eastleigh and Solihull without games. Not too many goals to report on either. The one here, and also the league's bottom club, who, like they did on Saturday, have taken the lead with the same scorer. And they are in front by a 0-0 over Bromley. 0-0 everywhere else. We've played 20 minutes here. And here we go.
Cropper
Jordan
again.
Cropper, the Grimsby Town loanee. Arrow and one into the box, but Nerney, I think, is the target. Hammond holding the ball up for Woking, just getting outnumbered, needs a bit of support. And even Darren Searle trying to assist the speed up process. Moss down the line. Up rises Okimo. Pritchard.
2 men on Brown there when he got the ball at his feet, and quick throw back from Sass Davis to Ross, who gives it back to Sass Davis.
Forcing one down the line. Kanu trying to turn on Moss, just too strong for Fernandez, and forward goes Kellerman. Kellerman looking for Brown. Didn't quite anticipate the ball through, did he? Reece Brown just struggling for a little bit of confidence recently. Hasn't found the back of the net for a while.
No, he hasn't, and that was a good break forward by Kellerman. He put it through, just eluded Brown, just eluded Hammond, and went out for a goal kick. In the first game, the game at Barnet, although Barnet won 2-0, I felt Woking were very unfortunate having been at that game. I think they had great chances which they didn't take, and then really got hit in the second half. And the last goal, I think, was very late on. But it's this looks, at the moment, this looks very different.
Long ball forward from Walker. Sass Davis rising again. Fernandez, McNerney. Now with Rowan Ince to Kyron Lofthouse. Again, probably needs a goal just to build up a bit of confidence. It was a good challenge, said the referee. Straight to the feet of Casey now. Going to hoist one forward, looking for Ammond. Cut out though. Jim Kellerman spreading the play out to this near touchline. Woking down by a goal to nil, halfway inside the first half. Charlie Wakefield now cutting infield on Kanu. Ince. Brown wasn't alert. Keeper's come out a long way here, Craig Ross. Flungs one up into the air. It's a poor jump from Brown, but it will fall to his feet eventually. Reece Brown pulled to the ground by Pritchard. Referee allows play to go on. Kellerman down the line to Wakefield. Is it too strong? Yes, it is. It's just not going Wokin's way at the minute, Ian.
No. I think the only Woking player who's really stood out so far has been Joe McNerney, who's been really dealt with the long throws, and most of them have ended up on his head. And these the balls through, the long crosses, the long throws, he's done well. But it's the rhythm. It's not really clicking at the moment.
No, it's not. Of course, I wouldn't call them the reserves, but Darren Sahlers had to dig into the market, reach out. Of course, still no James Daly tonight, no Grego Cox. They are missing striking options, which will probably coincide due to the lack of goals in March. They really have suffered in front of goal. Ross out to Moss. Down the line looking for Wakefield. It's nowhere near Wakefield or Ammond. Kanu. Pritchard in support. Kanu wants to go himself in between two red and white shirts. Is it caught by Kellerman? No. Moss. Brown just left the ball behind him but won it back. Reece Brown now away from Fernandez, was caught there, and will surely be a free kick and maybe further punishment to Emmanuel Fernandez.
Yeah, lovely work there by Brown in midfield. He's so good with the ball close to his feet. It's like his close control is superb. And he was just about to lay the ball off and got caught from behind by Fernandez.
Nicky Kabamba's doing a job here on Josh Casey just to block the Woking captain from speaking to the referee, who is now in discussion with Emmanuel Fernandez, on loan from Peterborough. Lacked any real game time. Made his debut for the club on Saturday, 45 minutes for his new club. He's only 21 years of age as well. He's doing a fine job in the centre of the pitch. Caught Brown there, and it will be a yellow card.
Casey and Kabamba, I think that's going to be quite interesting. I think Kabamba just kicking the ball slightly away.
Professional, isn't it? They know what they're doing to each other.
Yeah, and they've obviously played in the same team for quite a few games last season, which Nicky Kabamba struggled to really, but it was a team that was struggling, to be fair, and he's obviously done very well this season.
19 goals, 2 in his last 3. Casey away by Gorman, Northern Irishman, captain of Barnet. 25 minutes gone, 20 to play in the first half. Woking 0, Barnet 1. Barnet the winners earlier on this season, as Ian mentioned, losing out by 2-1. Lovely ball through from Lofthouse. Brown, look at Wakefield in support, hacked away by Cropper. If it just falls right for Woking, they can certainly level this game up, because they have been the better team since they've got a goal down. Barnet have just relaxed, if anything. Lofthouse once more, up against Winter. Lofthouse, last touch off Winter, Woking corner. Much better from the home team, Ian.
Better. It feels as though Woking sort of settled a little bit and getting a little bit of possession, a little bit of attacking threat. Lofthouse looking to take on the defender, and in the end had to settle for a corner.
Casey in charge of the corner. Moss has gone back to Marshall, Idris Kanu. Kellerman on the edge of a centre circle as well. Sass Davis, Ince, both forward. Barnet fans making the referee aware that the ball was not on the quadrant. Right hand has risen from Josh Casey. Floated towards the back post. Keeper's right underneath that one. Come out a long way.
Well taken there by Laurie Walker, who I believe is also ex-Aldershot.
Ex-Aldershot, yes. Clearly weren't listening earlier.
Oh, sorry,
Ian?
yes.
No, it's okay.
No. I normally hang on every word
No,
you
it's
say.
okay, it's fine. Okimo. Moss. Kellerman. Moss was caught there. I don't think the referee spotted. Sass Davis safely back to Craig Ross. That excellent new Calvin Harris song in my ear of Miracle with Ellie Goulding. I don't think Woking really need a miracle just yet to make it relevant. And if Barnet find a second, they really are in trouble. Kanu easily around Moss. Kanu! Good save from Ross. Kabamba picks up the loose ball. Straight back to de Havilland. 21-year-old. Direct. Gorman stabbed away by Casey. And Kellerman away from Gorman. Looking for support. Has to go back to Casey. Deflected effort goes out for another throw. Good save from Ross, and he needed that.
Yeah, good work. Kanu had two men on him, but he cut inside, and it was goal bound. Quite a nice height for Ross, and he was able to sort of push it away, and then a few nerves, but well, you know, Kellerman and Casey managed to get it clear. Throw from Casey now.
Met by Lofthouse, one back by Winter. Just prodded forward more than anything. Yeah, Barnet have got their goal and have just sort of sat back an extra couple of yards, which has sort of invited Woking back into the game. Ambitious ball from Moss. Looking to locate Wakefield, and Okimo runs it a little bit too long. Woking have a throw. Get the goal before half-time. Honours are even at the break.
Haven't really seen a huge amount of Wakefield or Lofthouse, and which I think is symptomatic of the fact the ball hasn't really... Woking haven't had a huge amount of possession.
But they are working themselves into this game. They're on the front foot here with Kellerman.
Couldn't see that because of the dugout, but it looks like he just kicked the ball out rather than he was looking totally mishit pass, and he turns away in disgust.
Okimo will take. Collins and Crupper, the other two central defenders. So we await the long throw. Here it comes. Moss's header. Pritchard. Up goes McNerney for what will be yet another winning header on Kabamba. Sass Davis this time wrestling and concedes the free kick to Kanu. Really see too much wrong with that, Ian?
No, I think it was Sass Davis and Kanu going for the ball, and but the referee obviously saw something. Yeah, it's going to be a busy night for McNerney, I think, on the evidence of the first half hour.
Gorman with the free kick. Played under Darren Sarr last year at Yeovil. There's a few players in the Barnet team who've had experience under Woking's manager, most notably with some of the former Stevenage players. It's Gorman's ball is long, and beyond everybody, goal kick.
Yeah, and I was just saying, half an hour gone, and Woking really to lay a glove on Barnet so far. I think they've been a little bit more intense since the goal, but really not what you would call consistent pressure.
Goal kick, which Craig Ross will take. 200 starts for the Woking number 13. It's very much been the number one for the last 5 years. Lofthouse catching Winter. It's unlucky there, wasn't it?
It was.
Formerly of Torquay, where Craig Ross actually made his debut at Plainmoor. Winter, who scored in the reverse fixture. He's been out of the team in the last few weeks. Back in tonight.
No sign of Moussa Diarra tonight. I don't think he featured at the weekend either.
It's a long ball to Kabamba. Wasn't a bad touch, and Woking need to be careful as Fernandez was motoring into the box, as Moss was just legally shouldered off the ball by Pritchard, and Kanu wants further punishment for the dive. It's clear contact. Whether it was a foul or not, it's a different.
I suspect Wakefield. I think he was already going down. I think that would have been quite a soft free kick.
Wakefield, rather. Yeah, sorry, not Moss.
Yeah, they look quite similar, I must admit.
They look similar, and they've got reverse numbers, of course, on their back, so when they're sat on their back, upside down. Cropper. Began his career at Burnley. Played for Chesterfield a couple of seasons ago. Pritchard, back to Cropper. Right-footed cross is excellent. Might have got a flick on from McNerney. It didn't, says the referee. Darren Sarle shouting up something to the box to our left. Not too sure what happened there. Header from Lofthouse, looking for Ammond, but Cropper's there again. Football League class coming to the fore. Going to our first radio update very shortly with the BBC Radio Surrey studio. Working throw. Referee just asking Casey to pause there. Throw down the line. Lofthouse was pushed, but sandwiched between three purple shirts. And here's Ammon now. Up against Collins, low cross. Rebounds off the Barnet leg. Working throw.
Good run, good anticipation from Ammon there.
It's all going through him at the minute, isn't it?
Yeah, didn't quite get the space to get the crossover, but a bit more threat there.
Brown. Casey trying to work it back onto that left foot. Gets the cross in. Pritchard. Moss 25 yards out. Shaving for the shot, but found Ince instead. Ince with support now with Wakefield. The other side of Okimo. And Kanu's there to support. Now with Kellerman. Kellerman left-footed. Plays it with his right foot back to Ince. Moss with a bit of space. Cross into the box. Headed by Kellerman. To say that's the closest Woking have come into an overstretch, but really that's their best chance of the game so far.
Yeah, good bit of work really, but a poor header at the end. Well, not a poor header. It was an ambitious header, shall we say.
Goal kick to be taken by Laurie Walker. Just over 10 minutes to play. Walker all in green. Win, loss, win, loss, win. Well, they're currently losing, Connor. Woking 0, Barnet 1 is the latest score. Just over 10 minutes to go until half-time. And Barnet taking a deserved lead after 14 minutes. There's a player down here. There's a yellow card instantly out. And Rowan Ince has now clashed with Dale Gorman. So there's a lot for the referee to sort out here. In the meantime, we can update you what has happened. As I say, Barnet taking a deserved lead after 14 minutes. It was a wonderful goal by Harry Pritchard. Beautifully worked by Barnet over on the far side. Fell to the former Woking man, Nicky Kabamba, who passed it on to Harry Pritchard, who was waiting on the edge of the box, almost laid it on a plate for him, and he wrapped his left boot around the ball and found the back of the net beyond Craig Ross. Since then, Connor, it's probably the best thing that could have happened to Woking, because it certainly woken them up a little bit, yet to really threaten Laurie Walker's goal. The best chance falling a few moments ago when a Jim Kellerman header went miles wide, but as I say, it's the closest they have come. They've seen a lot more of the ball in the last 20 minutes, and they've got 10 minutes to find an equaliser before half-time. Lots for the referee to sort out. We'll update you at half-time if there are any further punishments to Barnet players. Woking 0, Barnet 1. So a lot went on there, Ian. I can't see the Woking player that's down. What did you see?
No, McNerney, I think it was, went down, but I think Ince may be getting a yellow card here.
So the referee likes...
But really, Gorman just ran into Ince, I think. Ince walked over and Gorman ran into him and then fell over.
Remember, Kellerman's already on a yellow. He was the player down. He's to his feet now. So what's going to happen here?
Few hands going to heads and things.
Yeah. Yellow card, I think, to Gorman. And Rowan Ince is also going to be in a spot of bother And I think the best thing for Rowan Ince is just to simply walk away now. The referee's made his choice. So already 4 yellow cards. The referee who likes reds. I think Woking need to be alert.
The more yellows you give, the more chance you have of reds. And I thought, particularly for Ince, I thought that was harsh.
Yeah. Daniel Middleton's been here once so far this season. That was the 3-3 draw with Dorking. We saw 6 cards that night. We're already on 4. We've got 8 minutes to go until half time. At which Woking need to find an equaliser to alter Darren Sarle's half-time team talk.
Okay, it's going to be Casey just inside his own half.
Indeed. As Gorman receives some attention, he has pulled over to the near side and will wait for the referee, allow him to return to the field of play. So temporarily Barnet down to 10. I think instantly Gorman's allowed on, and indeed he is. Up goes McNerney for the header. Carnu falls to Kellerman, 30 yards out. Should he go for goal? No. Chips out to the left. Finds Lofthouse. Wasn't the best of touches. Shadowed by de Havilland, but Lofthouse has turned 180 degrees. De Havilland's got the beating of him again. Oh, lovely turn from Lofthouse. Was he caught? Allows to play on, looking for red and white shirts in the box. Kellerman still going. Kellerman. McNerney's there. Kellerman still going. Left-footed low drive was never on target. Ince's header back to Ammond, and Carnu well cut out by Moss. Ammond's there defending once more. Off the arm of Moss, I think it was, and eventually cleared by Pritchard. All up to Nicky Kabamba, shadowed by Casey. Offloading to Carnu now, and the purple shirts continue to fire forward. Casey caught, yes he was, by Carnu. Woking free kick. They want to play it quickly, and they do. Long ball looking for Wakefield. It's a good area, but it will be a Barnet throw.
Yeah, it just drifted out, but fair dues to the referee there, letting the, so often they don't, but letting the free kick be taken quickly.
Okimo will try and run the clock down. 3 years at Wildston, featured against his former side on Saturday. Began with Stevenage, with Darren Sarle at the club. 34 years of age now. Off a Woking head. Allows the Bees to buzz up the touchline a little bit more. Dean Brennan arguing to Thomas Holden, the 4th official, I think with the some decision making, I think, out there. Moss over the back of Kabamba. Gorman sweeping one forward to Carnu, who says to the referee that he had his shirt pulled by Sass Davis. I think it's a bit of both, really, if more than anything.
Yeah.
Here's Josh Casey. Has support with Lofthouse. Can't get the wrong side of Winter. The right side of the line, and instead concedes the throw. I think he wanted the throw in. The ball had already gone out. Woking struggling again. Losing here last time out to Chesterfield. Just about getting the job done at Mason. Is there a case in that they are limping over the line a little bit?
Yeah, it will certainly feel like that. The performances haven't been the best. I think the injuries have certainly had an impact, whether it's Daly or Grego Cox or Anderson. They were all very significant in Woking's very strong run, and all have been out in recent weeks. And obviously Luke Wilkinson as well. So it's been more of a struggle really since Christmas with
Nerney was caught there, but he's okay to continue. Wakefield's just overstretched there and run the ball out of play. It's been a lot of unforced errors from Woking really at times, haven't there?
Yeah, they've looked a bit stretched. Whenever they've got the ball, it's like they're playing at the limit, and just to try and make something happen. And this is going to be, Cropper just seems to spend his whole evening running from one side of the pitch to the other to take throw after throw, and he's now gone from the Barnet's right to Barnet's left.
Here comes that long throw. It's unbelievably towards the penalty spot. Last touch came off a Woking man. They shielded it out, thinking that they had the goal kick. They didn't. It will be a corner. It's almost Stoke City-like, isn't it? Rory Delap, remember for years hating it as an Arsenal fan.
Really, it's not just a loopy throw, it is a
direct, isn't it?
Torpedo-like throw, really.
Like a bullet from a gun. Absolutely rifled into the box. So much distance from Cropper. As you say, there's one or two Barnet players capable of such demands. Corner kick, which Pritchard will take. Towards the near post, which they were practicing before the game. A lovely touch from the police officer down in that corner.
That was Ammond, I think, who got the front post header, but now it's going to be, here's Cropper now, trotting over.
They're better off just going over to the corner, getting the touch off a Woking player and getting the throw.
So here we go, he's right by the corner flag now.
That's about 6 or 7 of these now, Jordan Cropper. Barnett's number 32. He's only 22 years of age, on loan, as I say, from Grimsby. Another ridiculous throw. Rebounds off McNerney. Kabamba! Saved by Ross. Kabamba's kept it in play. Over the head of Wakefield. Will it fall to Pritchard? No. It does now.
Well,
was he pushed by Kellerman? Yes, but fine, says the referee. It's a poor ball from Ince to bring Woking out of trouble. Challenge from Kellerman onto Haviland. Collinge. Moss lets it bounce. Lofthouse gets a foot to it. Cara Lofthouse can bring it away. Good challenge from Pritchard. Referee, oh, the flag's gone up. No real advantage, I think, is the message. Good refereeing. Yeah. We can play it quickly. Moss. Okimo's there. Again, Moss and Kanu clashing. Moss ready to take the throw. Kanu just simply standing in his way. Idris Kanu, who's the most booked player for Barnet with 9. Surely can't be too far away from another.
He doesn't look that sort of player.
He doesn't, does he? No.
No, I think but there it was more just trying to block Moss from taking a quick throw, but the referee spoke more to Moss than anybody.
Moss. Beyond Ammond. Wakefield coming from an offside position. Better off just leaving it, as he did. McNerney. Straight into the thighs of Kellerman. Is it too strong for Wakefield? It isn't, but the flag's gone up. Maybe a yard or so in it. Again, hard for us to see here. It's taking a lot to unlock this Barnet defence, isn't it? They're standing firm, particularly for a team that have conceded 61 goals this season.
Yes, they are. They've done well. I mean, you know, you get the feeling that if Woking could get steady possession and get Brown and Wakefield and Ammond running, then you know, there would be a real the openings would come. But at the moment, they're really not picking up the good ball to make anything happen.
Yeah, they've seen a ridiculous amount of goals in their games. 132 in total. I mentioned 61 conceded. Actually, not a very good record when you look at the divisions. Only 6 teams are the worst goals against record than Barnet, despite the fact they put 71 in the net at the other end. Of course, only the league's top 2 with more. I thank Nicky Kabamba for 19 of those. Ammond. Collinge's header. Woking just working it up this near touchline. Like a rugby pass from Ammond to Moss to take the throw quicker. Brown between 2 purple shirts. Reece Brown now barged into the back was Ammond from Collinge. Okimo's slice clearance went out for a corner.
Corner, yeah. It looked like it from here. It looked like it was going for a free kick, but it obviously went just the other side of the pass. And the referee now coming over to talk to Idris Kanu.
4 additional minutes to the first half.
And how much would the Woking supporters want to see an equaliser before half-time to set up the second half?
Casey beyond the keeper, arriving is Ince off the goal line from Kabamba. They want the goal, it's not going to be given. The linesman had a good view of it as well. Casey, right towards the back post. Up rises Ammond, and dealt with by Winter. Off the line from former Woking player Nicky Kabamba. Great towering header though from Rowan Ince.
Yeah, Rowan Ince rose at the far post and was a clear head or so above everyone else and got a great header back across the goal, and Kabamba covered well.
Casey's just clashing with a fan here, and they've thrown the ball at the back of Casey as well, and they're just keeping the ball, those Barnet fans. Stewart's now getting involved as they try and throw the ball out of the ground. And again, it's one of those where Casey's just better off walking away, let the scoreline do the talking. At the minute, they're a goal down. Should they get in front, I'm sure he'll have the last laugh. They are behind, as I say. Lofthouse, nice trickery. Wins yet another corner.
Yeah, well done there by Lofthouse to win the corner. He had 2 men on him.
It's almost like 90th minute vibes, really. I know it's the end of the first half, but it's almost like they need a goal now.
Just desperate, really, to make the pressure count before half-time.
Casey. Ince's header again. Oh, and it's missed from 2 yards from Reece Brown. Gets a nudge in the back from the goalkeeper as well. What a chance. Reece Brown can't believe it. Hands to his face in shock more than anything. How he's missed that chance. He's put it so far over.
Yeah, great opportunity there. I think it was McNerney was one of the headers. There are a couple of headers in there. Reece Brown probably a yard or two out, if that. And just had to hammer it home, and he hammered it, but way up into the stand.
Barnet looking to run down the clock again as they inch closer to the half-time whistle. To say it feels like it's the end of the game. Woking do have another 45 minutes to put this right. Sass Davis, control and cushion header. Now with Kellerman. Kellerman to Ince. He's going to get it back, Kellerman. A little bit fortunate. Brown. Robin Ince just struggling to get the ball down. Moss with a strange clearance. Okamo's underneath it. Didn't take any second chances. Kellerman. Ince back to Sass Davis. Unmarked is Kellerman. Brings it down. Was he caught by Fernandez? No. Ince finding Kellerman. It's time to shape for the cross. It's right underneath the goalkeeper.
Poor.
2 easy hands.
Poor their delivery in, but it was good. Better again from Woking, and sort of, it's all a bit desperate, not really steady, but they are getting more possession. They are battling for the ball, but really not creating a huge amount.
Casey wins the header. Brown is miles offside, so he lets it go. It's a sliced effort from Fernandez, but McNerney, was he pushed by Kabamba? Yes, says the referee. I think it took a few moments to make up his mind. Casey pushing Kabamba off the ball as well. They really are just trying to annoy Woking at times, aren't they? And it's working.
Yes, they are. They're little irritating little kicks, but most teams do that.
Ross up into the night sky. Up goes Sass Davis. Brown chests it down on the edge of the box. Needs support now with Wakefield. On to Kellerman. Kellerman, low ball into the box. Rebounds off Fernandez. Probably didn't know too much about it. And this will surely be the last chance of the first half.
Yes, I think so. I think we've been way over the 4 minutes but it's good pressure there. Brown and Kellerman fired it in, and it was pushed out for a corner.
Casey towards the back post. Up rises McNerney. Can they get it over the line? They can't. It's another corner. It's a real portfolio of chances. Dean Brennan screaming to the fourth official, where's the half-time whistle? Well, you can't, because Woking got another corner.
It is unusual, though. I mean, I've really been expecting if I'm honest, the whistle to go in probably the last minute or so, but this must be the final one.
Casey, corner. Hi, Connor. Welcome back. Still playing here. Ball into the box. Up goes Sass Davis. McNerney towards the back post. Headed off the line once again from Kabamba. And there's the half-time whistle, finally. We can catch breath, Connor. What a portfolio of chances for Woking towards the end of that first half. The best falling to Reece Brown, who missed from 2 yards. I think me and you could have put that in with our eyes shut. But he hammered it over the crossbar and into the stand, and that's the closest Woking have come. It's been all Woking the last 5-10 minutes. Some of the players now arguing the referee because Barnet are just beginning to annoy them at times, sort of running down the clock and kicking the ball away and getting in their way. The fans are doing the same thing as well. It's their job, one could say, I guess. The half-time whistle has gone in. Just very quickly, wrap up the first half for us.
Well, I think Barnet started really, really well, and to be fair, I think they've had the upper hand for much of the half, but they've deserved their goal. But really, the last 15-20 minutes, Woking have come back in it. They battled their way back into it, really. Not great football, but they grappled for the ball, got the ball in, and Brown's chance, definitely the best of the half. So, but it's all set up for the second half now.
There you go, Connor. That's half time here. It's Woking 0, Barnet 1. Big 45 minutes to come.
Sorry, I didn't realise we were live. No, it's all right. I knew there was 4 minutes. I was just like, yeah, no. Good man.
Barnet emerging for the second half here at the Laithwaite Community Stadium. 5th in the league, and with that disaster will finish in the league's top 7, putting lines through respective 18th and 22nd place finishes in the last 2 years. Like last week's visitors, Chesterfield survived their own mini blip in February where they lost 4 of 6 games, but appear back on the charge. They lead here at the break. Woking have returned as well, fired up for this second half, bullied at times in the first 45 minutes. 2-0 winners at Maidstone on Saturday, looking to hold the keys to 3rd place and an automatic bye into the semi-finals of the playoffs. Many feel like they might let it slip with Chesterfield right on their tails and with more favourable fixtures. 3 wins, 2 defeats in their 5 games in March, as Connor said to us in one of our updates. Win, loss, win, loss, win. They're currently losing here. In a month where they've actually been involved in too many games with goals. Of course, the 1-0 defeat here last time out, the 2-1 win at Maidstone. Lots of 1-0s and 1-1s amongst others. No changes seemingly at the break. Both teams back out. Woking continue with Craig Ross in goal, a back 4 of Moss, McNerney, Sass Davis and captain Casey, Lofthouse and Wakefield on the flanks, Kellerman and Ince in midfield, Ammond and Brown the front duo. For Barnet, well, I've been scribbling all around the first half to try and to get their right formation. Definitely Laurie Walker in goal, a back 4 if you like, which changes into a 5 when they're defending, of Winter, Cropper, Collinge and Okimo. Fernandez and Gorman definitely in midfield. De Havilland, Pritchard and Carnu, who's all up the left-hand side for Barnet, whether it's defending or attacking, supporting Nicky Kabamba. We're back underway for the second half. A big 45 minutes for both clubs. Woking 0, Barnet 1. 2 teams who will more than likely finish in the league's top 7, but all about enhancing the best possible finish for just over a month's time. Final 6.5 games for Woking and Darren Searle this season of the regular season. Barnet with a game in hand. Bit more noise from the home faithful as well. They're going to need them. Rowan Ince, who's certainly going to need a better second half than he did first half. We picked up a few individuals at the break that certainly need to up their game, and Ince is one of them. Here's another in Jim Kellerman. Challenge there from Fernandez, and it's a Barnet throw. Ian Nicholson.
Yeah, Woking have certainly got to put in a better performance in the second half than they did in the first half if they really want to get anything out of this game. They pressured towards the end, all from set pieces really, but they did have a couple of really good chances, and Reece Brown had a great opportunity that he skied over. So it really was a first half to forget really for Woking.
Dominated for the first 20 minutes, and Barnet took the lead and deserved to. Ince straight at the thighs of Lofthouse, brought it under control really well and flashes it across the face of goal. Moss will get there, the ball won't run out. Woking sprinting out of the traps here with Kellerman up against Pritchard. Safely back to Ince. Ince wants to go the same direction, goes direct to Brown, who's surely being pulled around off the ball by Okimo. Brown! And it ricochets off Fernandez, I thought. They want the corner. Are they going to get it?
No.
Goal kick.
No. The only person really challenging for it is Casey, and he was probably the furthest away. But initially, I think Reece Brown then talking to the referee saying you got a touch. But
I thought it did.
Good turn, really good turn by Reece Brown. Now looking at the assistant referee and saying, putting up his hands in exasperation.
You're not thinking get a touch?
Well, it's hard to say from here. Reece Brown obviously thought he did.
No,
so
I agree with him. I thought it came off the outstretched leg of
whatever.
Fernandez.
It was a positive, much more positive move from Woking.
And there's better noise as well. We've got a full three-corner field of Woking fans. It's Barnet fans that have been doing all the talking and the shouting in the first half. Kanu, first attack of the second half, has gone all the way around Dan Moss. And Kellerman will shield it out, I would have thought, for a goal kick. Indeed it is.
Yeah.
And this time, it's Barnet's turn to feel aggrieved for a decision.
Kanu looking exasperated. He's a handful, Kanu, there's no doubt. He's
really
a good player. Low centre of gravity, fast.
Top player.
Takes the ball at the defence.
Goal kick. Which Craig Ross will take. Good clearance as well. Under the floodlit Laithwaite Community Stadium. Woking have their throw. Right down ahead of Darren Sarle's technical area. Casey down the line. Brown flicked on. And infield. Cry of relax as well from Darren Sarle. They're up for this, Woking. There's no worry about that. No cause of concern as to their attitude. They do want this. Ince onto Casey. Lofthouse left it for Brown. Brown shaping for the shot, goes between two purple shirts. Still going, Reece Brown. Reece Brown! Oh, what a goal!
Oh!
Reece Brown with a stunner!
Goal.
Absolutely marvellous! From Reece Brown, just what the doctor ordered. And Woking at back level. I sometimes overuse that and nothing. That really was from Reece Brown. And he's back on the score sheet, his 18th goal of the season, asking the fans for more. They've got their response. Woking 1, Barnet 1, Ian Nicholson.
Terrific from Reece Brown. To his feet on the edge of the area, 2 or 3 people around. He jinked and turned, managed to just work enough space to let loose, and that was a cracking goal. Goalkeeper Walk had no chance in goal, and just what Woking needed to kick off this second half to really get back into this game and begin to press on now within 10.
Stunning goal from Reece Brown. Back on the score sheet. We've only played 4 minutes of the second half and we're all level here. Woking 1, Barnet 1. Thrashed it past Walker, as you say, Ian. No chance for the goalkeeper. Wriggled his way through 2-3 purple shirts and struck it home. And we have a game on our hands now.
We do, and that will, Darren Sarle has been saying relax, and certainly the team have offered more in the first 4 or 5 minutes, looked a little bit more settled than they were in the first half, and certainly it sets up this second half really well for a great spectacle.
Look how much more alert they are to all the second balls. Won't get the throw there, but Reece Brown, who missed from 2 yards on the brink of half time.
Yes.
Scoring from the edge of the box. And quite simply, a wonderful, wonderful goal. We've had 2 great goals here this evening. One from Harry Pritchard and from pretty similar range from Reece Brown. Official attendance has been handed in 3,069, 3069, with 346 Barnet fans over on that far side.
Yeah, nice to break the 3,000 mark on a Tuesday evening, which is always tends to be a lower attendance, and may not have been the best Woking football in the first half, but the fans in the KRE in particular have been rewarded with seeing a great goal there from Reece Brown.
Ross, the confidence is high now with the home team. It was just on the half-time whistle. There were 1 or 2 complaints to the referee. Darren Sarle got his message across. They need to be alive to any Barnet danger, particularly from set pieces, because here's Jordan Cropper. And even though he's yards away from Dean Brennan's technical area, you bet your bottom dollar that this is going to end up into the 18-yard box. Up goes McNerney, another winning header from Woking's number 5. Good challenge from Ince on Fernandez, hacked away by McNerney. Cropper's header, sort of off the wrong part of the head from Winter, but falls to Collinge instead. Nice turn. And locates de Havilland in a bit of space. Dummies the first time cross. De Havilland back to Cropper. Winter bursting forward, nudges Casey to the ground.
Yeah.
And there's your green tick on a Josh Casey foul.
Yeah, as I was saying, Josh Casey really, I think referees have been tighter. They've let more go this season, so we haven't seen as much of that. But it was, that was a foul, there's no doubt. It was, well covered there by Josh Casey, who has been excellent all season, we have to say. He's been very solid, very dependable, as have Joe McNerney, Scott Cuthbert, and Luke Wilkinson in the back four.
Ross. Collins' header. Moss trying to get beyond Kanu, who's still providing a handful. Kellerman lost out to Okimo. And now with Pritchard. The game just steadied for 1 or 2 moments, as Barnet certainly had their share of the ball in the second half, but Kanu's overrun that. Here's Kyron Lofthouse straight through the middle of the pitch, carving Barnet apart, but it's a poor ball to Wakefield. Lofthouse goes flying in, and it's a yellow card, surely, to Kyron Lofthouse.
Yeah, that was born of frustration. I think Kyron Lofthouse brought the ball forward well, as he's very good at doing, and then it went to lay off, and it was a really poor ball there. And Reece Brown gone down there. Working fans will be hoping it won't be any sort of serious injury.
He's had that spell, hasn't he? Those 3 games out with the red card, a little bit of injury. Has struggled for form in front of goal, as is the case just before the half-time whistle. But
yeah,
what a wonderful goal that was.
It was a wonderful goal, and here we have his seems to be his right leg. Physio talking to him there, and all the team have come over, with the exception of Kellerman, to get a drink and to probably pick up a few wise words from the manager and coach.
Honours even. 10 minutes into the second half, Reece Brown, I think it's going to be okay, and applauded by the Woking fans in the packed out KRE. He's going to be okay, isn't he?
I think so. He's looks like it might be maybe some sort of groin or leg injury, but he's holding it a little bit, but he's not wanting to come off. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Stretching himself there. But on the other hand, you don't want to, if there's a tight muscle, you don't want to risk it going and then lose someone for a couple of months.
But Nerney got an arm in the face of Kabamba, who is still down holding his face, getting to his feet now. Brown acrobatically over towards Wakefield, and it's good defending from Fernandez. Throw's just going to be pulled back here. 1-1. 35 minutes to play. Here's Rowan Ince. Straight through the middle of the pitch. Lofthouse caught by Winter. Free kick in a good position, Ian.
And you see, when you get put pressure on teams, those sorts of decisions go for you, because you're putting pressure on defenders. And really, there was no need. I think the ball was probably going out from Lofthouse, but Winter caught him, Lofthouse went down, and here we have a dangerous free kick now for Woking.
Every purple shirt back for the Bees, who have constructed a one-man wall solely of 22-year-old Ryan de Havilland. Casey, 2 hands in the air, needs to be a pinpoint perfect ball into the box here. Casey goes low to Reece Brown, who stabs it in towards the byline. Lovely turn from Brown. Needs a bit of support. Wakefield smashing one off the shin of Collins from Rangers. Kellerman falls to Ammond. Ammond trying to work it. Saved by the keeper. Good save from Walker down to his left. Probably not the pace or power that Ammond wanted, but they worked it so well, and Laurie Walker was equal to it.
And again, that really came from Reece Brown on the edge of the area, turned, eventually laid it back to Kellerman. His shot was parried back, and the ball came in. Ammond, if truth be have it, he went to make a bit of space for himself, but then scuffed it a bit. But Walker was struggling to get down to it. And You know, the first half started off like a rocket for Barnet. This half has started off like a rocket for Woking. They've been really strong.
McNerney poking it to Ince, and it was a bit of a hospital ball back to Casey. Ross not taking any chances, left for the clearance. Hasn't had too much to do, Craig Ross, since conceding. Made a good save from Idris Kanu, but second half been very quiet. Brown, a real clash of legs in the middle of the pitch. Kellerman, did he catch his man? No, says the referee. Allowed to go on. Kellerman, Jim Kellerman! Oh! Saved by Walker at the front post. Barnet absolutely furious with the decision to not get the free kick. But Laurie Walker, 2 minutes, 2 top saves, but goes into the referee's book for complaining.
And to be fair, on the basis of what referees have been doing that season, I thought the referee was absolutely right. I think the defender was left scrabbling. Kellerman was away. And
goes short. Casey to Brown. It's all Woking at the minute. Reece Brown trying to turn around 2 Barnet defenders. Needs a bit of support. Brown, nice turn on Cropper. And it's a poor ball into the box from Casey and out of the stand. What a chance from Kellerman, but what a really good save from Walker down to his near post.
Yeah, it was a brilliant save. I mean, and Woking had 2 players in the middle, so, you know, Kellerman had the choice. He went, not for glory, that would be unfair. He went for the direct route to hoping, you know, that the keeper would be covering the 2 men coming in, but Walker did really, really well there.
Walker on a yellow card. You can hear the jeers behind the goal. Woking fans playing their part. Sass Davis bringing Kanu to ground, and Barnet fans cheer a decision going their way, because it's been all one-way traffic in the opening quarter of an hour of the second half. Kellerman with a great chance, but Walker stood firm.
This has all the makings of a great half of football, with both teams now pressing. Woking seem to have found their mojo again.
Barnet will win us here by 2-1 back in November 2021. Joe McNerney, the scorer for Woking that day. Adam Marriott with the 2 goals for Barnet, now with Bromley, I believe it is. Woking's last and only home win here in the 21st century back in November 2020. Lofted ball forward to Collins, didn't get the contact he wanted. Goal kick. Just the 4 wins for Woking in their now 20 meetings with the Bees. Once upon a time, as I said earlier, 7 draws in a row between 2002 and 2013.
And we have a Barnet substitution.
Ben Winter will be replaced.
And double substitution.
I think they might have just had the wrong number up, Ian, actually. Ben Winter is the only player that's walked off, and Sam Woods has come on. Goal kick to be taken by Craig Ross. The atmosphere's just died down the last 60 seconds. Collins' header goes straight to Wakefield. Ince chasing back on Woods. It's now gone into midfield. And Wakefield's done really well to win it back for Woking. Good attitude. Long ball to Ammond. Keeper's come out and claims. Come on, Charlie. Darren Searle shouts. Like the Woking manager being this side, you can hear exactly what they're saying, even with headphones on.
No, it's Charlie Wakefield is, of course, through Yeovil days, and I must admit, when Woking play Yeovil, break here.
De Havilland onto Kabamba, giving it back to De Havilland. Good turn away from McNerney, just got the ball stuck between his feet, and combination of McNerney and Sass Davis scramble it clear. Fernandez comfortably bringing it forward for Woking, away from Kellerman. Now with De Havilland again, floating one towards the back post. Player's gone down. Kabamba, no foul. Arriving is Okimo, deflected wide. They want the penalty. They're not going to get it.
No, I think that would have been a very soft penalty. It was, yes, Charlie Wakefield, when he played for Yeovil against Woking, was on fire, really, and Yeovil beat Woking twice, maybe even 3 times last season, and sort of, he's a good acquisition for Darren Sarll, I'm sure, knows him well.
Corner. Again, very direct, right underneath the front post. Falls to Gorman, sliced effort. Fernandez onside is Woods. Flag comes up eventually. Craig Ross did enough to put him off. It's a good save in the end, as it would have been a corner. Flag came up for offside. But 1 or 2 alarm bells ringing at the back for Woking, Ian. Yeah, and Ross has had a good evening so far. He's really been solid, and he's made 1 or 2 key saves. Been under a lot of pressure from long throws, and so far there haven't been any real scares from the long throws. Well, it's a poor ball from Ross, which Moss gets him out of trouble. Kellerman pulled to the ground by Okimo off the ball. Yeah, and it's rebounded off the corner flag for a Barnet throw as opposed to a goal kick. Things going on all over the pitch at the moment. There's so much happening, isn't there? Poor kick from Ross, just as I was saying how well he was playing, and then probably, you can't look everywhere, and Kellerman saying he's pulled down, and I suspect he probably was, or was certainly a little bit of a grapple. Certainly a bit of light drizzle in the air as well. Ince mistiming his jump. Brought down spectacularly by Moss. Kellerman. Moch is on the charge. Low ball to Ammond, just outside the 6-yard area. Ammond going back to Moss. Flag stays down. Kellerman shouts of man on. Moss again. Trying to work it infield to Brown. Here he is, Woking's number 14 and goal scorer. Reece Brown, nice turn on Woods. Brown still going, chipping it into the box. No one there, but Cropper didn't know that. Woking corner. Brown is causing havoc, really. I mean, that was a corner that never needed to be conceded. I mean, the defender was totally on his own. He could have just cleared it, but it's almost like whenever he's got the ball, they don't quite know what to do with him. Ammon walks away. We have Josh Casey corner once again. In it comes, driven again towards the back post. Too high for McNerney and Sass Davis. We're right on the end of it, and Pritchard leaves it out for a throw. So an hour played, half an hour to go. This game could still go either way, all 3 results possible. And after a very lacklustre first half, you really feel this does feel a bit more like a top of the table clash, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Again, you put a line through Wrexham, Notts County, who are having ridiculous outlier seasons. Macaulay Langstaff, by the way, scoring his 40th goal of the season. That ties him with the record set by Ricky Miller back in 2016 in his Dover days. But of course, Langstaff still has 6 games to play and will surely break the record. Reece Brown on the edge of the box, finding Wakefield! Oh! Over the crossbar, lent back at the worst possible time. They worked it really well, Woking. Brown had options either side. You would have thought he'd have gone for goal. Found Wakefield in a bit of better space. He leant back. Leant back. Like he wasn't quite far enough onto it. Leant back, and it went over. But again, good work by Woking there in opening up the Barnet defence. Clearance from Walker. Woking do look like the team that will find the 3rd goal of this game at the minute. Nice touch from Wakefield. Brown all on his own though. Brown around Fernandez. Still no red and white shirt in sight. Prodding it forward to Kellerman or Ammond, who are both arriving. Jumping on the spot, Reece Brown. He knows the chance is coming. Yeah, he again, brilliant work by Brown. He's been on fire this second half, but he could have maybe pulled the trigger. Here he is again, just turning. Trying to go through a shut door. And Nicky Kabamba. Now the other form player, Nicky Kabamba. Good challenge from McNerney, but the danger's not over, because here's de Havilland. Only 3 purple shirts forward at the minute. Kanu onside, says the linesman, up against Dan Moss. Idris Kanu with a bit of room to manoeuvre. Still going, still working it onto Woods on the edge of the penalty area. Ince is there, nice turn from Kanu. Needs support still, locates Cropper. Cropper now on towards the penalty spot, falls to Gorman. Gorman off the crossbar! Onside is Pritchard, offside is Pritchard. Rattling the crossbar, Dale Gorman. What a strike, beat Craig Ross, only for the bar to save Woking. Yeah, great work and a great shot there by Gorman. It actually looked as though it was going comfortably over, and then it dipped. Just dipped at the last minute. Over Ross and hit the bar, but can't really take your eyes off this second half. Fabulous spectacle this game. Again, you've got the stories of Wrexham and Notts County. We had 3rd v 4th here last week, 3rd v 5th. What a clash this is between Woking and Barnet. McNerney and Kabamba speaking to the referee, who's had a busy night, Daniel Middleton. Harry Pritchard and Reece Brown with the goals. Dale Gorman inches away from putting Barnet back in front. 25 minutes to go. Still, this game on a knife edge. Woking with home advantage, you'd say, and with a decent crowd in. Can they get over the line? Good header from Ammond, and Cropper was there, snatching it off Brown. The danger's not away though, because here's Kellerman. Could fall to Brown, did it fall off a hand? No, says the referee. Casey. Small pass to Ince. Ince out to the left to Lofthouse. Casey charging forward on the overlap. Lofthouse wants to go on his own and just fell. It's short to Brown. McNerney's there again. And Brown's there again. 30 yards out, Reece Brown. Off the advertising boarding over the crossbar. It just goes to show how one goal can completely change Reece Brown.
Yeah, brilliant play there and well defended by Joe McNerney. He really, and there we have a Barnet player going down injured now. That's all the players coming over from both sides for a drink.
I think time to catch our breath as well, Ian, because it really has been a frantic second half.
It has. It's been it's as if the game has come to life, and suddenly you realise that there are two really competitive teams out there who have a lot to give. Woking didn't really show much of that in the first half, but this second half they've been on top, albeit Gorman hit the bar with a terrific shot. But other than that, it's really been pretty much all Woking.
Elsewhere, it's been a night of strange results as well. I mean, apart from Notts County, no team inside the top 15 are winning. Notts County 2 up at Altrincham, and Ruben Rodriguez with a penalty in the second half. That looks game, set and match there. Bournemouth 0, Torquay 1. Torquay in all sorts of bother at the bottom. Dorking 1, Southend 0. Southend continue to plummet down the league. Halifax 1, Aldershot 0. Aldershot not out of trouble. Gateshead 3, Dagenham 0 is somewhat of a shock.
That's
Maidstone 2, Bromley 2, Wealdstone 2, Oldham 2. And goals between York and Scunthorpe. So as I say, Barnet County, who are currently top, courtesy of goal difference and the fact that they played 2 more games than Wrexham, are the only team in the league's top 15 who are currently in front. Second change is enforced as Jordan Cropper's gone off injured and is being replaced by Dominic Reven.
Well, certainly have sympathy with Cropper, but if that cuts out the long throws, Woking will be relieved.
Definitely. Up goes Kabamba and wins the header on Sass Davies. Kanu looking to get the other side of Moss. Moss went sliding in. Did he get the ball? He got a little bit of it. Enough, says the referee. And Pritchard's picked it up. Ammond. Woking have won it back well. Kanu went flying in. Oh, he likes yellow cards. Close to another one there. Hacked away by Moss. And here we go again. Reece Brown. I think maybe just clashing with Collins actually this time. He's got a rivalry kind of feel. Both teams wanting everything here. Brown, flag stays down for now. Reven was there. Back to Walker.
Brown was just flat-footed there. He was unfortunate. It was a great header from Moss, clearing header, then flicked on. And if Brown had been, he was just making his way back from.
2 minutes markers is the shout. 2 minutes markers. What do you change? Because Reece Brown's been excellent the second half. Maybe Lofthouse and push Brown out wide or Ammond out wide. Here is Lofthouse. Turn. Caught by Gorman. Remember, Dale Gorman is on a yellow card. That's exactly what Darren Sarwell and Ian Dyer are appealing for. I don't think it was a second yellow. I think he just caught Lofthouse.
No, but they're obviously well aware. I'm sure both sides are well aware who's on yellows.
Yeah. It's almost like you're walking around with a sign on your head saying, I've got a yellow.
Ince earlier was it's like he's walking on eggshells on the edge of his own area, not wanting to pick up a red.
Casey giving it everything he's got. It's met by the head of McNerney and smashed away by Pritchard. Kanu's gone down on the challenge of Kellerman. Again, another player who's on a yellow card, Jim Kellerman. Long time ago. Casey opts to take a touch. Spirals his clearance underneath Ammond. Fernandez was there. Ince this time. looking to pick up the second ball, and de Havilland gives it straight to Brown. Not the man you want to give it to. Lovely footwork from Reece Brown, really playing with so much confidence. Good challenge from Woods. McNerney cuts it out. Collins' header. Sass Davis had time, didn't get the shout. Hammond off the back of his head. Pritchard straight to Moss, and feeds it on to Sass Davis. Moss is enduring a busy night up against Idris Kanu. Chested down by Sass Davis. Clearance up into the air, which Ammon's underneath.
He's done
away
well,
by Fernandez.
Moss, he's done well. He had
just
a bit
coped,
of
hasn't he?
Yeah, he had a bit of a rocky game against the last couple of games, and
he's played a lot of football as well,
yeah,
Dan Moss, hasn't he?
And when you're a young player, you'll have games where it doesn't really work for you, but it's all about learning, and he's really done well.
Wonderful ball from Sass Davis, locating Kyron Lofthouse on the opposite flank. Lofthouse now, left-footed cross, just beyond Hammond. Pritchard can bring it away. Kabamba is there, and it's beyond him. Back to Joe McNerney. Casey, now with Lofthouse, ball at his feet, just where he wants it. Slip from Wakefield is not bad. Back to Casey. Driving one down to Hammond. Headers infield to Wakefield. Oh, it's a good touch, but stolen off him by Woods. Ince sweeping up the trouble. And good challenge from Reven, but at the expense of another corner. Woking pressure continues.
Yeah, good play again. It's as if balls are suddenly finding Woking feet, and Kyron Lofthouse as well has had a much stronger last 10 minutes or so.
Much better.
Trouble is he's got past men twice and then overhit the crosses, but he's done well to take
the space, create the chance.
It's just that final ball delivery, but he's been a lot better.
Second change, or first change rather, for Woking. Marcus Dackers will be coming on, and Charlie Wakefield, of course, the man to be replaced.
Yeah.
No surprises there. Wakefield's been bright, it's just not really worked out for him.
You can see his touches and everything. I suspect he hasn't played a huge amount of football this season, so I suspect he's not matched fully 90-minute fit, but he's done well.
The substitutes made the difference on Saturday, Ian. Dackers will probably go through the middle. Maybe Hammond out to the right, Brown out to the right, we shall see. They might just interchange between the three of them. We'll find out here, of course, on BBC Radio Surrey. 15 minutes to go. Casey. Up goes Dackers. McNerney now with Hammond just on the edge of the penalty area. Back to Casey, the corner kick taker. Casey dummies the first time cross, driving into the box, right-footed. Didn't really get any power on it, Casey. But he worked the chance well. Hammond back to his club captain. Casey infield to Rowan Ince. Falls to Brown. Brown, left-footed strike. Cleared away. Was he caught? Brown! Penalty! Causing a nuisance all the second half, Reece Brown. The wrong side of Reven. Penalty kick given to the home team. Ian Nicholson.
Yeah, he was. He got the ball again. They don't quite know what to do with him, and then it looked like he was clipped from behind, went down. He was running away from goal, so you could say it was. Wasn't there wasn't any imminent danger, but. He was clipped from behind, went down.
Clever play, wasn't it?
Yeah, very clever. Referee had no hesitation to point to the spot. And who have we got here coming up?
Hammond or Brown.
Kellerman's there. I think it's going to be Brown.
It's got to be. I think Hammond. Perhaps. I don't think he's taken penalty kicks this season. It's been so long, seemingly, since we had a penalty. It is Brown. You're right, Ian. You're absolutely right. Reece Brown on 18 goals for the season. A man on a mission this evening. Back in form, already amongst the goals. Can he put Woking in front? With 14 minutes to play. 12 yards separates him and Laurie Walker. He steps back. The referee making sure every Barnet player outside of the box. One down, back to 1-1. The chance for Woking to be in front. The referee's ready. The Woking fans behind the goal are ready. Reece Brown, deep breath, hands on hips, steps up, short run up. Reece Brown, saved by the goalkeeper, and Dackers can't put it in. Not the best penalty from Reece Brown. Better save though from Walker. A clap of the hands from the Barnet number one, and the scoreline remains 1-1.
Yeah, poor penalty really. It was low, wasn't particularly near the corners, and it was
Casey
easily handled.
They've got to do it the hard way now, Woking. They've lost a bit of momentum, and they've lost the ball because Kanu is sprinting up the other end. No Barnet player forward at the minute. De Havilland is getting there, as is Kabamba, but look at McNerney again. He's won the throw, and a real candidate for man of the match already with 13 to play.
Yeah, I suspect, as you know, people tend to go for the strikers, but so I suspect Reece Brown will get man of the match, but you could make a very strong argument for Joe McNerney on the first 77 minutes being man of the match.
Courtney Senior is coming on to replace Dale Gorman, who I think is one challenge away from maybe a second yellow. He's just realised his number's gone up. And he's going to hand the captain's armband over.
Wasn't it, that from Reece Brown?
Yeah. Game's not over though.
No, it certainly isn't, and you would have to say Woking have had the bulk of the pressure, the bulk of the chances this second half.
They really have. Craig Ross has been a very, very quiet individual. Of course, the best chance Barnet, of course, coming off the crossbar, which Ross could do nothing about. Senior is on, Courtney Senior. And Dale Gorman, the captain, goes the long way round off the pitch and soaks up some of the travelling Barnet support, of which there are 346 of them. 1-1. Kellerman getting his body across on Pritchard. Rebounds off Okimo for a Woking throw. Get away is the shout from Darren Searle. There's a lot of players clustered over on that far corner. Reece Brown. Header from Ince. Moss. Kellerman finding Brown. Brown.
Oh, beautiful ball.
Excellent ball to Lofthouse.
Beyond
just
Lofthouse.
Slightly too strong. Lofthouse cutting back to his right. Lofthouse still going. Casey turning out of trouble. There's a bit of help here, Josh Casey. Kabamba, the other side of Sass Davis, who caught him, did he? No.
No, he knew exactly what he was doing there. Kabamba, he kicked the ball through, span away.
Barnet still have the ball and they lose it out now with Lofthouse. Feeding through Brown, it just caught the back of his heel. Smashed away, but it's a free kick. The referee again allowing the advantage, and the Barnet players complain with the Kabamba foul a few minutes ago. It's heart in mouth in moments, isn't it? Barnet are away, and then all of a sudden Woking are up the other end. Woking deserve a second goal given their performance in the second half, would you feel?
Yes, I do. I think they really dug themselves out of a hole there. The first half performance was very lackluster with a bit of pressure towards the end, and then this second half they've really, found their mojo and really gone with energy, attack with energy, won the second balls, and Barnet have been on the back foot.
Either the right boot of Kellerman or the left foot of Casey. Casey runs away. Kellerman goes short to Brown. Brown finding Lofthouse, brought down with his chest. Last touch came off Woking's number 2. Certainly one from the training ground. Reminder that Woking, with just 6 games after today, it's just game number 40 for them. 3 games at home, 3 games away. Actually a gap in the fixtures, of course, with Halifax in FA Trophy action. That game's moved to the 25th of April on a Tuesday night, so what would have been the final Tuesday game of the season, now the penultimate. Working with home games to come against Southend, Gateshead and Halifax. Trips to Dorking over Easter, and Notts County and Solihull. Big games on the road, aren't there?
Oh.
Still to come. Barnet with a game in hand, of course. Lofthouse. Nice turn, actually. Yeah, really good play. Ince loses out, though. Chested down by Casey. Kellerman throws a leg at it, wrestling with Kabamba. Kneed away by Ince. Up goes Woods. And over the head from Reven. Chasing is De Havilland and Kanu. But McNerney takes no chances.
And of course, no Cropper on the pitch now, which changes things slightly, unless they've got another long throw specialist. Which it looks like they may have, because all the men have gone into the penalty area.
Collinge it's going to be. Danny Collinge. Missed the last 4 games, back in tonight. Formerly of Dover. Turns 25 years of age in a couple of weeks' time. It's going to be another long throw, a bit more air than Cropper's. Dackers, who's hardly seen the ball since he's come on. Wins a good header there. Even
well
puts it out of play.
Yeah, well defended by Woking, particularly Marcus Dackers. 2 or 3 men around him, headed it clear. And Barnet unable to get the ball back in, and a throw now to Casey.
I think Reece Brown's desperate for one more chance, isn't he? He wants to put the wrongs right from that penalty miss. Dackers. Header from Okimo. Ammond. Ince to Lofthouse. Chested on by Brown. Kellerman's header. Up goes Ammond. It's a good win in the air as Brown is hunting down Walker. And the goalkeeper does get a really good clearance as well. McNerney and Kabamba still wrestling. This time definite free kick goes Kabamba's way.
Yeah, I suspect that what that one was. It was just so much of the grappling, but that one you did feel Joe McNerney had a bit too much there of Nicky Kabamba.
Free kick taken quickly. Okimo goes for the box. Up goes Craig Ross, and 2 good hands to it. Good clearance as well. Up goes Dackers. Carnu up against his old foe Dan Moss, got the better of him once again, and Ince needs to drop back into his position here as Carnu continues to burst forward here. Carnu off target.
Yeah, ambitious there from Carnu from probably 30 yards out, and he never really got hold of it properly, but he came forward again with intent. And a couple of attacks in recent minutes for Barnet, albeit without really putting forward much in the way of meaningful moves. It's been quite scrappy from them in this second half.
Ammond off his neck, if anything. Brown, nice turn. Needs a bit of support. Lets it run for Ince. Back to Sass Davis. A little bit careless from Woking, but they get out of trouble with the help of Kellerman. Brown couldn't get his body across. Ince did. And he's given it away again. Rowan Ince. It's not really been his afternoon. He could still yet be on the winning team, as could Nicky Kabamba. Flying in is McNerney again. And Dackers this time. Barnet ball.
Yeah, that was Barnet ball, but a great interception there by... He hasn't hesitated, Joe McNerney, tonight. He's just been boom straight in, and his timing has been superb.
The penalty miss has just wilted the Woking momentum all of a sudden, hasn't it? They haven't been the threat that they have been. And they're running out of time. Pritchard's header. Moss lashing it clear, but no Woking player in sight. Fernandez has time to bring it down and turn away from Dackers. That's really good defending. Carnu was miles offside.
You'd have to think that a draw won't do Barnet's chances of, you know, really pushing for third spot much good. And
I think it's fair to say that it would be just straight down between Woking and Chesterfield. Not that Barnet will care.
But I think it would also put Chesterfield in the driving seat really now for third spot. But we just have to see really what the rest of the games bring.
Yeah,
well,
Chesterfield
we've still got a long way to go yet.
We do. 4 minutes plus stoppage time. Ammond onside because of the throw. Ammond still going. Collinge's header puts it out of play for yet another Woking corner.
Looking down, there's a lot of nervous energy in the Woking dugout down there, looking at Scott Cuthbert, Darren Saal, Ian Dyer twitching around, which he doesn't normally do.
Casey, right over on that far side, this time towards the near post, straight underneath the goalkeeper who dropped it. And Dackers, if he anticipated any sort of mistake, would have been there. I think Barnet are happy with the point, Ian.
I suspect they probably are at the moment. But we've seen so many Woking benefit from a late goal on Saturday. They lost by a late goal against Oldham, so late goals, we don't want many more of those.
Pritchard. Again, Kanu causing all sorts of problems to Dan Moss's evening. And Ince has actually done really well to snatch it back and wins the throw.
Yeah, gutsy play, I would say, by Moss there. He's had some good strikers against him in the last few games. Good striker against him in Idris Kanu, or good player against him in Idris Kanu, and he handled him quite well there.
Ball didn't actually come into play there. It will be a Barnet throw this time. Can either team nick a winner? As you say, Ian, we've seen late goals. We're about to hear the man of the match. I'll let you listen out for that. There you go, Reece Brown.
Yeah, well done, Reece Brown.
Goes to show his performance, doesn't it? Miss a penalty and still man of the match.
Superb second half. But I think honours to a number of players, but particularly to Joe McNerney, who's been superb tonight.
Brown forcing the mistake on Collins, and he's away, Reece Brown. Reece Brown for Woking, cuts back onto his right. Challenge there by Fernandez was spot on. Really had to get that right, Emmanuel Fernandez, and did so, because Brown wanted to get it back onto his more favourable right and didn't get the opportunity to do so. Woods, Woking throw taken quickly by Moss, and I don't think Ammon was even looking. Thrashed clear by Pritchard over Kabamba. Craig Ross needs to get there before Kabamba does. Ince ricocheting off de Havilland. Casey was unaware of the on-rushing Courtney Senior. Reeven's header. Senior, who's miles offside, keeps out the way. Kabamba snatches it back off Casey, his former teammate. Kabamba now, can he go for goal? Gets the ball stuck between his own feet. Bit indecisive, hacked away by McNerney and brought down well by Dackers. Switching the play to Kellerman. What can Woking conjure up here? Lofthouse motoring forward with Reece Brown and Padraig Hammond. Lofthouse, cross, Brown. Is he being pulled to ground? Surely being pulled to ground. And is! Another penalty! Another penalty! Reece Brown pulled to the floor, and the referee had only one option.
Yeah, you could see that Brown was on it. Will he take a second one, or are they going to bring somebody else up?
What do you think? What do you think they should do?
I don't know. They go by, players. I suspect Padraig Hammond will go for it. Joe McNerney's up there. They're not hurrying.
I think they're going to give the ball to Reece Brown. Can he right the wrongs of his penalty miss? Have we ever seen two penalty misses in one game?
I don't know. He is coming up.
Is that 6 additional minutes? Wabuke's been called back, regardless of this outcome. 6 minutes added on here at the Laithwaite Community Stadium. It's Reece Brown up against Laurie Walker. Take 2. You can feel the nerves in the stadium as Reece Brown has an opportunity to put Woking in front. Missed the first spot kick, has the chance from 12 yards to atone. Referee blows his whistle. Reece Brown again, saved again! Astonishing from Laurie Walker. 2 penalties saved. And Reece Brown cannot believe his luck this time. Probably nothing wrong with the penalty. But what a stop from Laurie Walker, the former Aldershot Town goalkeeper, with 2 quite incredible saves from the spot.
It was wider this time. It was a bit high. It was a good height for a keeper, and he anticipated well. But poor Reece Brown. But there's still more time to go in this game.
6 minutes.
Who knows what's coming?
6 additional minutes. And the Woking fans can't believe what they're seeing. Moss's header. Woking still chasing down a winner. Kellerman will get there first. Almost operating as a right winger, Jim Kellerman. There's so much space out there. Ince. Lofthouse. Couldn't bring it under his spell. Kellerman can. Hammond finding Lofthouse, onside, Lofthouse going all on his own. Hammond, strong touch, good challenge. Ince out to Moss, has got time to open up his body. Bounces off the back of a Barnet shirt, falls to Dackers at the back post. Dackers working it back onto his right. Dackers! Wide and hit the side netting, grazed the side netting. It's just not going to go in, Ian, is it?
And Dean Brennan there really, I think they're having a go at the fourth official a while ago, but he's having a go at his own players now.
Goal kick. What a roller coaster of emotions this game has been. And it could still go to Barnet, because here's Carnu. Pritchard just... Barnet throw. Goodness me, what a game we've endured here.
Yeah, what a game it's been. Oh, is it a Barnet throw for some reason?
Yeah.
That's surprising. Going to be a long throw.
Collinge. We know that he can operate the long throw. He's just taking his time here. Here it comes. It's high into the night sky. Up goes Ince. Hammond's clearance. Dackers is there. One back by Pritchard. Ince rises first. Fernandez. Carnu. Onto Collinge. Moss is sweeping away. It's a game of head tennis at the minute. Pritchard. Ince can't get the clearance away. Pritchard, was he caught? No, he isn't. The referee put the whistle to his mouth but didn't give it. Up the other end goes Dackers. Flying in goes Senior. Foul. Woking free kick. Yellow card, Courtney Senior. It's end-to-end stuff here on BBC Radio Surrey.
It is Woking defending desperately from that number of balls coming in, heading them away, and then Dackers was away and then brought down. And my feeling is the referee's been pretty consistent tonight. I think he's let stuff go when it can, but this is going to be very tight now, and there's probably a minute or so left of it now.
A couple of minutes, I think. A couple of minutes remaining of the 6 that were added on. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm absolutely with you. Can't wait to catch my breath. It's been that sort of game. What can you expect against third v fifth? Dackers! Purple leg just emerged from nowhere. Falls to Kellerman. Kellerman as Senior went flying in this time. Sass David flicks it on, but Nerney does as well. Woods. And Carnu realises he's got acres of space and just fires it up the other end of the pitch. Casey's across at the right back position. Ince now onto Hammond. One last chance, surely Woking. On the edge of the box is Lofthouse. Left it to Dackers, 25 yards out. Gives it back to Rowan Ince. Ball needs to go into the box. Rebounds off the back of Okimo. Woking throw. Is there time? The referee looks at his watch. It's really his last chance saloon here. Back to Sass Davis. Needs to go straight into the box. It's not. It's back to Moss. Infield to Kellerman. Kellerman. It's almost on his legs there, Kellerman. This is every game. Covers every blade of grass. Kellerman across the face of goal. Goal kick. So that might be that.
That might be that. And Darren Sale and Scott Cuthbert share a couple of words, but Josh Casey stirring his team up.
There's the full-time whistle. Well, the man at the moment is Laurie Walker. 2 penalties for Woking, both taken by Reece Brown, both saved by Laurie Walker. What a performance from the Barnet number 1.
What a great game.
Yeah, what a game.
Well, what a great half, I would say. I mean, the first half, well, to be fair, Barnet were very good in the first half. First 20 minutes, they came with purpose, they attacked well, and they got their noses in front. But But really, Woking, they battled their way back into it towards the end of the first half, but it was a battle. But then the second half, it's just been Woking, really throwing caution to the wind. That's the Woking we've seen earlier in the season, and they deservedly got the equaliser. And really, with 2 penalties and a number of different chances, they probably deserve better, I would say, from the game. But all you can say is it's been a very hard-fought game, very good game, and both sides deserve a lot of credit for tonight.
And as we were saying last week, Ian, it might be 2 teams that we'll see again in 6 weeks' time. They're 2 top sides in this division, aren't they?
Oh, they are, and you know, it took a lot for Woking to get back into this. So, as I say, you have to give them credit, and onward and upward. But Saturday off this week, so it'll be, I think, Good Friday away at Dorking will be the next time Woking are appearing. So they've got a bit of time to rest bruised bodies and tired bodies. Maybe see if a couple of players are back in. Grego Cox might be in contention. Who knows? So it's just, it's just that time of the season, isn't it? Really.
You see Reece Brown is trying to shake off the memories of those 2 spot kicks. It's not been his night. Back on the score sheet, mind, back in form. He really did cause Barnet all sorts of problems, but it's finished even here. Woking had the better of the second half, deserved all 3 points, didn't get them. The huddle is to Barnet over on that far side. They're a real team, as are Woking, and as we mentioned, we may see these 2 still clash in the playoffs come the end of the season. Goals from Harry Pritchard and Reece Brown, well, 2 absolute crackers. But 2 missed penalties from Reece Brown will make the headlines on what's been a ferocious evening here at the Laithwaite. Woking climb up to 72 points, Barnet 5 back on 67. Chesterfield with their game in hand on Saturday at Maidenhead. Woking hoping for favours elsewhere. But for now, it's finished here at the Laithwaite Community Stadium on the penultimate Tuesday fixture of the season. Celebrating Darren Sarll's 1 year in charge. It's finished Woking 1, Barnet 1. We'll see you again soon.